everyone, my name is ShaineRiley. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to be going over the books that are on my November TBR. I know the books are already sitting here, but that's because I had my Instagram followers pick. I am going to be putting up the photo of the two books and then the percentages of it so you guys know what the poll looked like and then which ones I wanted to win. I also do want to just briefly mention I did buy this TBR jar. I thought I was going to use it for November, but because I wanted to do this type of TBR video, I was like, you know what, it can wait another time. I already know the books I'm going to be reading for December. I bought all of them. They're just pure Christmas books, so I'm not going to be picking, but I am really excited because I wanted something that would last year round that like matches my aesthetic. Found this at TJ Maxx. I didn't think I'd find a TBR jar. Like, I've been looking for one like this shape and stuff. I've been looking on Etsy, but sometimes they're really expensive, or there was a lot that were not my aesthetic or that were like Christmas. My books are here, but I'm gonna show you guys the in-depth process of what everyone was picking. So let's get right into the video. First up, we have the Story Collector. Now this was up against Can't Spell Tea Without Treason, or I think it's Can't Spell Treason Without Tea, which that one is a super cute story. I actually wanted that one to win. This cute sapphic romance about these two women who are like fleeing their country from like this evil queen situation, and I think she tries to go after them or stuff unfolds, but like they open up this like tea bookshop like cozy situation. So that one is the one that I wanted to win. The one that did win, which I'm still very excited about, is The Story Collector. It says in the synopsis, in present-day New York, Sarah Harper boards a plane bound for the west coast of Ireland, but once there, she unearths dark secrets that could change the course of her life. So that sounds really cute and interesting. So this is the first book. The second book that was picked for my TBR is The Cinnabon Bookstore. This one was up against The Honey Witch, and at the time when I took the screenshot, it was at 50% even. So I just decided to pick. Cinnabon Bookstore is about a secret note or like message that was left in one of the books in this bookstore, and she kind of needs help deciding or figuring out even what it is. And there is a fisherman in this small town. His name is Noah. Oh, main character's name is Hazel. Sorry. That is a really cute name, by the way. But he kind of just like helps her go on this like scavenger hunt to figure out what the secret note is, and a romance forms between them. So I'm really excited. It's such a cute book cover. I love this author's book covers. I just bought the Christmas version, so I have the first two, and then there is a Strawberry Patch one also, which I'm gonna get during the springtime. The third book, it's actually the same author, The Pumpkin Spice Cafe. The synopsis is just saying it's this girl who quits her desk job because she inherits this pumpkin spice cafe from her grandma, and she basically has this neighbor or someone in her small town that's a grumpy farmer. And I'm guessing because she's like a ray of sunshine and he's grumpy, you're just gonna kind of see how like opposites attract. It doesn't really say anything like the Cinnabon bookstore about like there being like a mystery or anything, so I just think it's quite simple, which I do like. I think this is gonna be a really easy read. I'm very excited for it, and that is the third book for this month that was picked. I totally forgot to mention what book this was up against. I'm so sorry. This was up against Funny Feelings. I do want to get to Funny Feelings. I've heard so many great things about the author. I do want to get to Funny Feelings at some point this month. Like, I really just want to power through as many fall books as possible. Where the Dark Still Stands, it was up against The God in the Woods. Now, I just bought The God in the Woods, and I'm super excited for it. I did put them up against each other because they're both hardcovers. I was really happy when this one won because this one's more fall to me, and The God of the Woods, it's more like spring. The way that my brain like interpreted it, maybe it's because of the cover, like it's green, but it's also like baby pink. This book is about this girl. She has magic, and magic in this world is very, the way that they describe it is like monstrous, and it can get out of hand. So this girl did everything that she could to try to get rid of her magic. She's gone to severe lengths, and nothing's working. So she kind of resorts to having to go into the woods, and the woods is like demon infested, like woodsy magical creatures. I don't even know. But she goes into the woods because she's trying to find this fern flower that will grant her a wish, and the wish is obviously getting rid of her magic. But she ends up getting captured, and instead of death, she kind of makes a deal to exchange like serving for this wood demon person thing for about a year, and she's trying to get out of it because she realizes that the past people that have tried to do this, they end up vanishing. She doesn't know where they go. They probably end up dead, they try to flee, they get lost in the woods, they die. So I'm very, very excited. This one, I do want to get to a god in the woods at some point, but just not right now. So this was, what is this? This is the 4th book for this month. So the 5th pick for this month is Belladonna. I think I put this on my TBR or something like a while ago where I wanted to read it during one month. The way that I heard Madison describe this book really, really intrigued me, even though I had already bought them because Alexa Ray talks so much about them. But it's basically this girl, and she's in this family, and I don't know what it is, but she says it's kind of like Regency era, like Bridgerton it's reminding me of. Death always follows her in a way. It seems like a gothic fantasy. That's how it's usually described, and I'm super, super excited about this. This was up against Ruthless Vows, which I have been wanting to read. I will say I don't like the cover, at least the US edition, because a lot of the Europe girlies that I watch, they have such cute covers, and I really do like it. But I do like the second book, Divine Rivals. Like, the cover's a lot nicer to me, just because it's like darker and like there's purple and gold and whatever. It's about this girl. She was orphaned as a baby, and when she's about 19, I guess, kind of her last guardian dies. Death follows her everywhere, which still need to figure out, because I'm kind of thinking of like death in the situation like when I read The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, like the darkness or the god that was in that was like hidden within the darkness. So that's how my brain is imagining it, like it's a physical being but it's like lurking in the shadows. I guess there's some distant relatives that are able to take her in, but they're going through like a lot of different things, and she's trying to kind of find help. And in doing so, I think there's like this mystery type of situation going on. She tries to find someone to help her, but she realizes that she kind of has to work with Death himself again. Some sort of being, I don't know. The back of the book, there is like more detail of like, I guess, how the relationship works. The last sentence says, she was drawn to him like a moth to a flame, and so it seemed was he to her. It is gothic fantasy, which I've read 2 series so far that I've absolutely loved. Gothic fantasy. Just, I think this is a cool full read. I really hope to get to it this month. If I don't, it's okay, because this is definitely something that I want to read in the near future. So this is the 5th book for the month. The 6th book for this month that was picked was Interview with a Vampire. This one won, and it was against My Roommate is a Vampire. Now, I think that My Roommate is a Vampire has such a cute color. I do want to get to it. I think maybe next year. I do know that the second one was released. When I first started reading, this was one of the first books that I had bought. We were gonna watch, I think it was maybe 2 years ago at this point, some sort of spooky movie, and we were kind of looking at them, and Interview with the Vampire came up, and I was like, actually, I just bought that book. And my dad was like, read the book before we watch the movie. I never got around to reading the book, so we never watched the movie, but I do want to. I believe this is the 6th book for this month that won. The 7th book for this month is Lucy Foley, The Paris Apartments. I've been wanting to read Lucy Foley for so long. Again, this is another author where I had bought her books kind of at the beginning of my reading journey, and they've just been sitting on my shelves, and I really, really want to get to them. I just really like the back of her books because they're super like ominous and short. And it's basically just a whodunit book from my understanding. It says everyone's a neighbor, everyone's a suspect, and everyone knows something they're not telling. See you in Paris. Definitely love mystery type of like thriller situations. This book was up against None of This Is True. That is another mystery. That's why I put them up against each other. I'm really, really excited this one won. Not that I don't want to get to None of This Is True. It's just I've had Lucy Foley on my shelves for a lot longer, and because I'm very much into the whodunit type of books, it reminds me a lot of Knives Out. That's a whodunit type of movie. There was a movie that's a little bit older that my dad showed me and my sister. Can't remember the name, but it's another whodunit. Again, it's just so interesting. Like, while you're watching, you're like, what the heck is happening? I do really like the modern one, Knives Out. I did not see the second one. It was like Onion or something like that. So I'm excited that there's a lot of books that I can like still get that satisfaction of, just like the movies. So this was the 7th pick for the month. The last book for the month, number 8, is A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I've been wanting to read this. All of my books I've been wanting to read. But this is something that I've seen talked about, again, on social media. A lot of the book girlies I watch have read this and they absolutely love this series. The book that this was up against was Credence. I've been wanting to read Credence. I've heard a lot about Penelope Douglas. I have 2 of her books. There's a few more that I want to buy. I really wanted both to kind of win at certain points because I do want to read A Good Girl's Guide to Murder because it's something that I'm super excited about. I think I would really enjoy it. But I think because it was a series, it's a little bit intimidating because I don't like to read series back to back. So that's the only reason why I didn't want this to win, and I wanted Credence to win because it is a standalone, I can just read it and be done with it. So I really wanted this one to win, and I'm glad it did. I will get to Credence at some point. That's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. I hope you have a great rest of your day wherever you are in the world, and I will see you guys next time in a reading vlog. Bye bye. The way that I heard Madison, what?